You are tuned into the Multiverse Theory podcast. This is our podcast where we talk about nothing but geek culture, guys, movies, TV shows, trailers, anything. Now we're gonna start our TV show reviews. This is our first episode of the DC streaming service TV show Titans. Now we weren't able to do the episode last week, guys, for episode 1. So episode 2 came out. Me and Preston saw it. Now we're gonna do a quick review of episode 1 and then get into episode 2. I am Carmine, joined by the architect, Mr. Preston Brown. Say what up.
What's up, y'all?
All right, guys.
Let's get into it.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it, man. All right, so we all know the whole controversy of this show, guys. We all know the first trailer that came out, and everybody up in arms because of how dark and how gritty it is and how realistic it is. How everybody says, "Oh, Robin kills people. He murders people." Even though no one watched the show, they just saw the trailer. Even in the trailer, I didn't see Robin kill anybody, but that's just me. But anyway, the first episode, I'm gonna let Preston go first. Just a quick summary review about episode 1 for you.
Yeah, this is a quick summary for it. It was a little bit of a slow burn, but we expect that as it being the beginning of a show. As many other Netflix shows start off with the first episode, it's not going to be as action-packed as the rest of the season.
Yeah.
A lot of the things here was a little different. The tone was a little different, but I like that because it's a different show. And I don't want anything to happen on the show for me to feel like I know what's going to happen next and how things are going to be. The way that they introduced Raven's issues as far as her dealing with her powers and stuff and the demons and things like that. That was very, very interesting in her dynamic with her mother and Dick Grayson, his separation from Batman and how he feels about that. But a lot of just overall, a lot of things on the show I liked it so far. I think they laid a pretty decent foundation so they can just show us everything else after it. And I think that's all this episode was for. I didn't really expect anything else from it.
Yeah. Listen, usually in TV show, pilot episodes aren't really, like gangbusters, you know what I mean? Not always like freaking great. Usually in a TV show, you gotta watch the first 3 to 4 episodes.
Absolutely.
After that, then you'll know if you want to continue.
Mm-hmm.
So, for a pilot episode, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I love the introduction to Robin. I love the introduction to he's a detective. That fight scene was pretty fucking lit.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great. The fuck Batman line was very in the right place. It was in the right spot. And I love it. And everybody. I read comments, internet people whining about Raven. She's not supposed to be like this. She's not supposed to be like that. Oh, she's whiny. Okay, I'm sorry. How would you feel if your mother just got shot in the head right in front of you? I don't understand. And you have a power inside of you that you don't understand what it is.
Exactly.
Are you going to be cool, calm, and collected? I don't think so.
Ain't nowhere I'm gonna deal with that, bro. If I don't know what's going on, if I feel possessed with something that no one can help me with, I'm gonna be pretty freaked out. That's not a normal occurrence. That's not something somebody can help you with.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And anyway, and let's talk about one of the biggest controversies in the show.
Yeah.
For everybody who thinks they know comics, who had such a big fucking problem with Starfire in the trailers, how Starfire looks, and people that still have a problem with it after watching the pilot episode. First of all, come on. Relax. If you watch the pilot episode, you can clearly see this woman woke up with amnesia, does not know who she is. She doesn't know she's an alien. And they perfectly portrayed that she was undercover. Well, whatever she was doing, she was undercover, and that's why she looks the way she looks. She had to be undercover. If she looks like a prostitute, well, obviously, if you watch the episode, maybe that was her undercover op. Exactly. She had to dress like that, obviously. And guys, I would just like to mention, and maybe Preston will put it on a thumbnail. I don't know. But recently, there were behind the scenes pictures. See, this is a lesson to everyone that jumps the gun
Hmm.
and think they know everything. And when you watch a TV show, you're supposed to let things develop and let characters develop. Everybody and their mother wanted Titans to start off with the team together, everybody's the same person, and let's go on a mission. That's not how you build a TV show.
Hmm.
You gotta start from the ground up. You gotta build these characters from the beginning, meaning they're not gonna be together in the beginning. They're gonna be apart. So, but we did see behind the scenes pictures of Starfire with the straight hair, the straight orange hair.
Hmm.
Starfire with her more comic accurate outfit. Raven with her more comic accurate outfit. But you know why? Before the show came out, the creators of the show said like 50 million times Starfire has 3 different outfits in the show. They're going to get their costumes eventually in the show. They're eventually going to look and resemble like the Titans. But in the beginning of the show, they are separate, they are apart, they are their own people, and they are broken.
Hmm.
And they have to come together to be the Titans.
Hmm.
But nobody wants to hear that. All they want to hear, all they want to do is hate.
Yeah, nobody has patience at
They
all.
don't have patience at all. Like that's how you. It's called character development, a very fundamental thing in movies and especially in TV shows. You have to develop your character, and also I like to throw a wink at the fans that hate the fact that she doesn't have green beams. First of all, this is a TV show, not a movie. A TV show. How would it really, if you watch the show Titans, if you watch the show, how would it look if Starfire's throwing green beams? Honestly, I think it would be right. I think it looks silly as hell.
I agree.
It looks sick. And if y'all didn't understand the wink that DC did to everybody, you guys are just hating. You went into the show wanting to hate. The wink was she instead of green beans, she she throws fire. What is her name, people?
That's funny.
I'm sorry. Her name is Star Green Beams. I guess. I guess that's her name.
Star Green
Instead of
Beams.
Star Fire, her name is Star Green Beams. Like I don't like people can't even give DC props for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can't even give props for that, bro. Like if you're gonna adjust her power set, adjust it the right way, and they did. Her name's Starfire. She spits out fire. Okay. I mean, I don't know. To me, it makes fucking perfect sense. But anyway, Anna Diop was amazing. That first episode, I loved her. I loved her portrayal of Starfire. She was sexy. She had a joyful. I feel like she had a joyful tone to her, especially when she was talking to that mob boss. Was like, oh, when she was like, oh, I never loved you. Like she was smiling with it. She was laughing and I love that, and I feel like we're gonna see a lot more of that once we see more of her. Once we see more of her with the team,
Hmm.
with Decreasing, with Raven, with especially Beast Boy. Like I liked her portrayal, but as far as Starfire, what did you think, bro?
I don't have any complaints about Starfire, and I'm one of those people. When me and Carmine, we talk about this all the time, where I feel like once the director gets a certain material, let them do what they want to do with it. Like it doesn't have to be. If you try to restrict them to a comic book, you get a movie like Venom, and then you guys complain about that as well. So you. The way Starfire is portrayed, like you said, she didn't have her costume because she was undercover as a prostitute, which makes sense as to why she wore what she wore. Um, I, the complaints that come in from the first episode doesn't make any sense. I think a lot of people, and I'm a Marvel hit, so I'm just saying this on behalf. I think a lot of people have been babied by the Marvel formula of putting teams together. Is that we have to
Yep.
have a whole season of a TV show or a whole movie about this character and then put them together. But what DC has been doing lately, other than Superman is putting the characters together in one movie and we don't really see anything beforehand, so people get upset like, oh, I don't understand why this. So you don't have time to get, develop the character, and you don't have time to like understand the character. And every show and every movie doesn't have to be that way. So with
And they're doing that. They're doing the way that you're talking about of developing the characters first. They're doing that on a TV show, and people still don't like it.
it doesn't make any sense because you got to build the chemistry with the characters, and I guess people are more forgiving about Robin because a lot more people know who Robin is. He has his costume because he's been doing this a lot longer. Like we said, Starfire is she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know who she is. You got Raven, who's a teenager.
Who knows how long she's been on the freaking planet? Who knows?
Exactly, and that's yet to be found out. And that could be something they can explain later. And sometimes people just got to have the patience for that. And also for Raven, as far as her whining and stuff, other than what we already stated, she's a teenager. Go on social media for a day and look at what these teenagers are posting. They're posting exactly what she's doing in the show. So it's very accurate to kids nowadays. It's not really people are used to the ones from the cartoon when Raven's like very, very confident and stern and like this person who's like a mood killer. She may get to that point after a while, but she's you gotta kind of sympathize with her, understanding where she's coming from. Like we said, she doesn't know what's wrong with her. She doesn't know why she has what's going on with her, and knowing that her mother is not even her own mother. Not only like she's going through identity crisis. She don't know where she's from. She don't know what's going on with her. She don't know who to trust. Like nobody's gonna be just confident walking around like she did in the Teen Titans cartoon, the adult or the teenage Teen Titans show. She's not gonna be like that right now. She's broken up. But maybe after time, when she builds confidence, when she understands who she is, then she can come into that character. But we just gotta be patient. Like we can't just base it off episode one.
Exactly. Like we can't like expect all these characters to be who you remember them to be from the very beginning. You have to tell a story. You're telling a story about a team coming together. You're not telling a story about a team that's already come together, bro. I guarantee if they did it that way, y'all would still find something to complain about. Y'all would complain about what there was no journey to get to earn this moment. So I always hear DC when DC does this, it's not earned. It's not earned. It's not earned.
People say that.
So what the fuck do you do? What the fuck do you think they're doing on the show when the team finally comes together? Is gonna be fucking earned.
Yeah.
Because you went through this individual journey with the characters individually. So when they come together, that team moment with costumes and all that shit is going to be earned. That is the whole point. That is DC's whole point of doing it this way. And I don't understand why people don't see that or don't want to see that. Or don't care to see that, and because it's DC, they just say they automatically fuck this.
Yeah,
I don't want to see this shit. Fuck this. This shit's gonna be trash.
That's exactly what they do. And DC has some good stuff. So if you can look past the DC Marvel thing, because even people who aren't even really fans of Marvel or DC already in their mind is ingrained saying that Marvel's better. So if and I get that, but at the same time, you can't say that DC doesn't have anything good to offer at all. And we're basing, like you guys are basing this off of one episode. It's like saying somebody in basketball lost their first game, they're not making it to the championship. We don't know yet. We got to give it time. We got to give the team time to develop. It's like putting a whole new team together, like they did with the Miami Heat. You got to give them time to develop and get cohesive. You got to watch the episodes and let these characters build and stuff like that. And you can't just like shut it down off one episode. And some people, and my last thing, some people are just retorting what they hear other reviewers say because they feel like that's what they're supposed to say. Reviewers are not always right. They're just like us. They're giving their opinion at the end of the day. So,
and for everyone that helped the Venom box office, you should know that. I'm just saying, you should know that.
Man, I really don't know. I don't know what's worse, people who watch DC and complain about it, or people who watch wrestling and complain about it, man, because they just they be killing it, man.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, like we said, the pilot episode, I thought it was pretty good. So let's go ahead and move on to episode 2, which it just ramped up. They just ramped it up because episode 2 was definitely better than episode 1. We forgot to mention, guys, in episode 1 there was a quick scene at the end of Beast Boy transformed into a tiger, stealing a video game from an electronic store,
Hmm.
which was funny. I thought
Yeah.
his transformation was pretty dope.
Hmm.
It was a small scene with Beast Boy, but we don't need to see a lot of Beast Boy yet. We're going on a journey with Robin
Hmm.
and Raven. Then we're gonna go on a journey with Robin, Raven, Starfire. Then we're gonna go on a journey with all four of them. It's a
And
process,
that was perfect too,
but
because that just
yeah,
shows
it was
that
perfect.
like it
It
shows
was a
how
perfect
immature he
taste.
is. He turned
Yep.
to an animal to steal a video game. Like that's just immature.
Yeah.
Like
Yep. 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 It was awesome.
it
It
was
was
awesome.
awesome. But anyway, guys, episode two, we got introduced. The episode two title was Hawk and Dove, and
Hmm.
that's what the episode was about. Was about Hawk and Dove, and Robin's relationship with Hawk and Dove, but mostly just about Hawk and Dove. And I thought was
Yeah.
a great introduction. Um, I got to see my boo Lila Garrity in this episode.
Hmm.
Oh my God, that's my boo. Um, but everybody knows she's from Friday Night Lights TV show.
Yeah.
But but anyway, but yeah, I thought Hawk and Dove was awesome. They were awesome to me, man. Hawk
Absolutely.
was hilarious, so hilarious, and I like the way they fought. Like
Hmm.
their fought, like I kept hearing like their fighting style is like a dance.
Yeah, I can see
It's
that.
kind of like a dance routine. It's
Hmm.
how their fighting style is, and I could see that too, and I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing in the episode I thought was pretty cool, that little flashback scene from like 4 years ago they had with Robin,
Yeah.
where Robin came and they're like, oh, Boy Wonder likes to make an entrance, and he came through, was kicking ass and whatever, whatever. I thought it was interesting though that I thought it was really interesting that Batman did not want him to chill with them.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh," Robin was like, "I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him I was here." That's interesting to me, man.
That
That's
is
very
interesting.
interesting. Like, I want to see, like, why. I want to know why though. Like, I don't think that was really explained.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe Batman didn't want it because he didn't want. I guess maybe he didn't want Robin to catch
Maybe like
feelings for
get
Hawk. I mean
yeah.
Dove. Catch feelings for Dove,
That'll
maybe.
probably get corrupted by some people that views that he
Yeah.
don't really agree with.
Yeah, for sure. And in this episode, guys, we also got to see more of the relationship between Robin and Raven.
Hmm.
Like their relationship just was so much better in this episode. It
Yeah.
developed better. You can see that Robin cares for her, but also, and we also saw in this episode and explains why Robin fights so brutally the way he fights. We didn't get all of it wasn't explained. They're gonna get more in depth into that as episodes go by, but you can see that Robin is damaged.
Hmm.
He is damaged from his relationship with Batman. That freaking damaged him. Um, and yeah, I don't want to say too much. I want to let you go ahead and what are some things that you really liked, some things you didn't like. What was your overall take about this episode?
Okay, so episode two. As far as like these negative reviews, there's one thing that I did notice is a tonal difference between episode one and two. Episode two had more of like a kick-ass type feel to it, more
Yep,
so, which is
yep.
cool. Like I don't mind that at all. I don't really care, man. Like just
And there was some more funny moments.
and it was a lot more funny moments and
Episode one was a setup. It was set up. It was set up. One was a
exactly.
setup.
Exactly, it was set up, and it depended on what characters are on the screen on how they controlled the tone, which makes sense. You're not gonna have a funny episode
Absolutely.
with Raven and Robin. That doesn't make any
And
sense.
they said, and the show says that this season, this show has different tones.
Yeah,
Because it's obvious it's gonna have different tones because not all the characters are the same. Not all the characters should be the same.
yeah,
This is obvious shit.
it is.
Like
It's
people don't
obvious, man.
understand. Like people don't understand. This is obvious shit, man.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a depressed guy and a girl who's confused and get a funny episode out of that. Like that,
Like,
that it doesn't make any sense to me. But like you said, I liked Hawk a lot. I like Dove. That whole dynamic when they showed the 4 years before thing when Robin was fighting with Hawk and Dove.
yeah,
Personally, when I saw it, I was like, maybe Robin is getting like some type of thrill out of being able to actually really harm people. Maybe Batman's telling him not to fight that way, and he's able to do it with these guys. And just the whole dynamic between Hawk and Dove was pretty good. If
well, I
people,
don't know. I don't think so, bro.
well, I don't know.
I
I was
don't.
just I
I
was
don't
just
think so,
guessing.
bro. Because you remember towards the end of the episode when they wanted him to help and he didn't want to help because how different he is.
Yeah,
And
true.
when he was fighting at the end, they were shocked.
Yeah.
They were like, "Holy
Oh yeah,
shit!
they're like
Like
he's
you
a
are,
maniac.
yeah, like you're Archer, like like yeah." They were shocked away because he was brutal as shit. And if you watch that flashback, they weren't brutal like that.
They
They weren't
weren't.
as brutal. They weren't like almost near deafened niggas. You know what I mean?
Okay, so now
Like
that you
in that
point that out,
flashback.
that's perfect.
Hmm.
You know why? I'm gonna take that back. What you said is perfect because that shows
Yep.
you the difference between Robin 4 years before and the difference between Robin now. Like he don't care. He's out
Yeah,
for
he doesn't
blood
care. He's
now.
damaged.
Mm-hmm.
He's damaged. He's damaged, and he's taking it out on any bad person he sees, and that's why he didn't want to go out and fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's Robin is obviously trying to find himself again,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying his best not to go out there. First of all, I don't think he wanted Dove to see him that way at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Because obviously we saw when Raven,
Yeah,
we saw
Robin's a
more of Raven's
savage,
we
bro.
saw more of Raven's abilities. Obviously when Raven touched she touched Dove or Robin?
She touched Robin.
Yeah, when she touched
No,
Robin,
no,
we
no,
saw
no.
that.
She touched Dove because she shook her hand.
Yeah, yeah. When she touched Dove, we saw that Robin smashed Dove 4 years ago. They were a thing. They were an item.
You can tell because
Um,
he was like, "Oh, you're hanging out with the bad kids now." He was like, "Yeah, kinda." And the way he looked at her, I was like, "Oh shoot, Robin,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
bro."
yeah, yeah. But yeah. Oh, also tidbit. It was cool to see Raven watching Game of Thrones. I thought that was pretty dope.
That was really cool.
Um, and then that one scene when Robin was talking with Dove and Raven was like, "This show has dragons." Like, oh shit! I was like that's cool. This show's awesome. Like, I thought that was pretty dope.
That was
Oh,
pretty
also,
dope.
I didn't look. I heard about this part, but I just seen it. I thought it was fucking great. Him calling Alfred for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
money.
yeah. Put some money.
Oh my
Yep.
god, that was just so awesome, dog. That's such an awesome Batman like little tidbit. Like I thought that was fucking. Did you see the names on the phone?
I didn't see the names on the phone.
I didn't look. I didn't.
Yeah, I should
I
have paid
know they said
attention.
you had to pause it because it happens like really quickly.
I
I
definitely
didn't
got
see
to
the
check it
names on the
out.
phone, but also in also in Hawkendo's apartment, they foreshadowed someone that we're gonna see later on this season because she does come. I don't know how many episodes, but there was a picture of Robin, Hawk, Dove, and Donna Troy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
So I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's foreshadowing because we know because that was the woman that was cast as Donna Troy, so we know we're gonna see her later on. I don't. They said more than likely in season 2 she might be a permanent cast member, but in this season I guess they want to see how the fans react to her. I guess before they maybe make her like a permanent cast member on the show, not necessarily on the team, just the show.
Okay.
Um, but
That part was interesting too with that weird family that was like shooting up those needles.
yeah, the nuclear family. That's what they
The
are. I
nuclear
think they're the
family.
nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were creepy as
Yeah, they was
shit,
creepy.
boy. Oh my god, and I loved it. I
like,
loved it,
You're activated.
bro. When they were just in the house acting like this, like this Lever the Beaver type family and shit. Like
Yeah.
the mom and the dad was acting like that for
That mom
sure.
and dad was.
And then somebody knocked on the door was like, "You're activated," and then the whole mood fucking changed. I was
It
like,
was so
"Oh
weird. And he was like,
shit!"
"Who wants to go first?" I thought the kids were gonna be like, "Wait, what are you doing?" They were like, "No, me first, me first." I was like, "Wait, what?"
And
This
then he
is
took
crazy.
this blue serum. I guess that was for super strength or something. I don't know what that was,
Yeah.
but I honestly don't know what that was. I know that they're the nuclear family. I just don't know too much about them. Um, but but yeah, that was crazy. And then we come and then and it was good to see. This is what I'm saying, man. You're seeing the chemistry, more and more chemistry because Robin did not want to help Hawk and Dove.
Mhm.
And for guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, what happened in the beginning of the episode, Hawk and Dove was on a mission. Hawk got bit up. Hawk didn't wait for Dove. He got beat up pretty bad. And it comes to follow, like Hawk had a master plan. There's to do one more job from from a arms deal
Yeah.
to do one because Hawk was beat up pretty bad. He had bruises everywhere. He was just torn up.
Yeah, they wanted to
But to
retire
do,
basically.
yeah, they wanted to retire and they were gonna do one more job.
Hmm.
And when Robin showed up with Raven, um, they asked Robin to help, and Robin didn't want to help because he because of the brutal side of him, brutal nature. He did not want to help, and it was good to see towards the end of the episode when it came down for him to go on that mission that he was talking to Raven, and Raven basically talked him into helping,
Hmm.
and she echoed the same things that Robin was telling her in the beginning of the episode.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I love that. I love that so much. So she convinced him,
What did she
and
say? There's no time for fear. Or there's no room for fear, or something like that.
yeah, there's no room for fear. Like it's just like you said, there's no time for fear, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was great, and man, let me tell you, Robin in that fight
He was.
was Batman.
Yeah, that was Batman.
He was Batman because he was doing Batman shit. He was like with his grappling hook, he was like taking dudes in the shadows,
Yeah.
beating them up and stuff like that's Batman shit
That's
right there.
Batman
Like I was like, yo, this is dope as shit.
shit.
Yo, that one, I don't know what Robin Stars, whatever the fuck you call them, but
With the R's on it?
yeah, that one that he caught that dude in the eye. I was like, oh,
Oh my
shit.
god, yeah.
I was like,
he said,
oh shit.
I was like, oh god, dang, Robin, why you do that, man?
Yeah, I was like, shit.
But you know what's interesting is his relationship with Raven, especially the time when she was like, "Don't treat me like a kid," basically.
Hmm.
I wonder if he's starting to slowly show a personality of how Batman treated Robin before, because I know Robin didn't like the
Yep.
fact that he was like trying to be his dad and trying to control
He's
him and
starting to
stuff.
see it, but he's starting to see it. When
He's
she
starting to
said that
see
to
it.
him,
Hmm.
you can see that.
Yep.
And also it made him realize too, because remember when Raven and Hawk went out to, I guess they went to supermarket or something. I mean, where Raven and Dove, I'm sorry, Raven
Hmm.
and Dove, they went to supermarket or something. They came back, and then Robin came up to her. He was like, oh, you two look like you get along. And Dove said, yeah, I don't treat her like a kid. I treat her like an actual person.
Yeah, I remember
Like
that.
I don't
Yeah,
treat her
that's
like a
funny.
kid, and I think that also hit him,
Hmm.
also, you know what I mean? Because it's true, like she's treating him regular. Um, but guys, at the end of the episode, we saw the nuclear family. Basically what happened when we were talking about the Alfred thing, Dick called Alfred
Hmm.
to basically fund him some money so he can give to Hawk and Dove to basically take care of Raven. Even though early in the episode, Robin did lie to her
And
and
said he was gonna
say,
come back.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay with you." But Dove knew,
Hmm.
and Hawk and Dove knew, um, that he was gonna leave. And when he left to go help Hawk and Dove on their little last mission, Raven found the money and there was a note attached, and she read it. So they all came back, and Raven confronted Robin about it. She gave the letter to Hawk and Dove, and they were arguing. And in comes the nuclear family, just fucking everything up, bro. And it's crazy because you can tell how like really scared Raven was. Like she didn't know what the fuck was going. But I mean, Robin told her to run.
Hmm.
Robin told her to go hide somewhere, run, go hide somewhere or something. Um, but damn, Robin got fucking blasted off the roof. Come to find out he was still hanging out. But Dove, I don't think she got blasted off the roof, and she looked like in like horrible shape.
Yeah,
I don't think she's dead though, because
I
they
don't
didn't show
think so
her
either.
die.
Yeah.
Like yeah, they didn't show her die, so I don't think she's dead. Um, but that was intense, and that episode ended in a fucking intense cliffhanger. They took Raven,
Hmm.
and that was one of the times where I was like, "Fuck, why this show is weekly?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Why is this show weekly? God damn it!" Like I understand why it's weekly. I'm not saying I understand, but I'm like, "Fuck, I want to see more. Like I want
Yeah.
to see the next episode." And it's on a crazy cliffhanger, bro.
I was a little
Like
freaked
I
out
want
when
to.
that family walked around the thing to get Raven. When they're like right behind and they're just walking real slow. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah,
Raven,
yeah,
move, get
definitely.
out of there. What you doing?
Yeah,
Crazy.
definitely, man. Yeah, but so like, what did you think about the episode overall in general? And yeah,
Overall, it was pretty good. I think a lot of the chemistry between the characters, like you said, Hawk and Dove was pretty good. Robin and Raven was pretty good. They brought in some protagonists that I'm really interested in, like the Nuclear family. There's not too many things that I can say is actually bad because all of it makes sense. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but I don't know how to find a lot of things wrong with this episode. I mean, explain some history of Robin, explain some stuff that's going on now with Robin. I mean, it was pretty good to me. I liked it. I liked it better than the first episode. So I just can't wait to
yeah,
see what's
definitely.
next.
It was a step up.
It was a step
Like, it
up.
was a step up, and I'm hoping and expecting episode three is better than episode two.
Hmm.
Like, that's what happens when it progresses. It's supposed to get better.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's just simple.
And I really want to know what their agenda is with Raven, the Nuclear family. I really want to know that.
Oh, it's the House of Blood, bro. It's Brother Blood, bro.
Oh,
They work
okay,
for Brother
gotcha.
Blood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't
They
know they
they,
was
they
gonna do
work for
that.
Blood, bro. Bro, the objective is for Trigon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna be the
Okay, okay.
objective.
Yeah, okay.
So
I didn't know they was gonna do that.
I'm 100% sure they work for Brother Blood.
Okay, I didn't know they was gonna
And as the
follow
series,
that.
yeah, and as the season progress, we're probably gonna see Brother Blood.
Hmm.
We're probably gonna see, or they're probably gonna, Raven's gonna learn what she has inside her.
You think she's gonna see her dad?
Uh, not this season.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Not this season. I definitely don't think not this season. I think the whole Trigon thing. That's like a. I don't think you can do that in one season.
Mm. Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
I don't think you could do that in a first season because you're spending a good amount of time introducing the characters and making the characters come together.
Hmm.
So I feel like you need, like, to do like a full Trigon arc. You might need two full seasons because you're doing the introductions first of the characters and stuff.
Right.
So you might need two full seasons to actually do that. But but one of the big team fights we're gonna get is the Titans versus the House of Blood
Okay.
versus Brother Blood and everything. Like that's, I think that's I think that's gonna be like the main fight towards the end of the season. And then next season we're probably gonna see more crazy shit with Trigon and all that stuff, which I'm looking forward to. And I just, yeah, this episode was really good. It was really awesome. And I can't wait for next week.
Yeah,
I
I
definitely
definitely
can't
can't wait.
wait.
Yeah, Fridays is the perfect day.
If everybody complaining that, I can already see it now. People complaining that Starfire, Beast Boy wasn't in this episode. The episode was titled Hawk and Dove,
Yeah, absolutely.
and Robin and Raven are in there because they're going to see Hawk and Dove.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. Don't feel. I feel like to some people I have to talk like this, like just to make them understand.
Yeah, just be patient.
So I'm pretty positive. I will bet $50 that we will see Starfire and Beast Boy in the next
Yeah,
episode.
we'll definitely see them, and it makes more sense to do it that way because you don't want them just to randomly find each other in one spot, then all become friends. Like,
Exactly.
let it build.
Oh, another thing. Starfire was in Austria.
Yeah, there's no way she's gonna.
So it makes sense that you don't see her in episode 2, and when you see her in episode 3, we won't get the questions of how did she get over there to them so fast. So there was a full episode where a couple of days probably passed,
Hmm.
night and day. And once we see Starfire in episode 3, then it makes sense that she got to them because we didn't see an episode of her. So, and one thing I like about this show a lot so far, this show doesn't stay in one place.
Hmm.
Like, it's traveling. Like, they're traveling to different places. Like, I love that. I think that's fucking dope.
I think so too. I
And
agree.
it's different. Like, it's not like the Arrow, the Arrowverse shows where it's either
City.
Star City or Central City,
Hmm.
or the Marvel Netflix shows Hell's Kitchen
It's
or
all good.
Man, or Yeah.
It's
This
all
show
New
is
York.
actually Detroit, St. Louis. It's all going all over.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely pretty dope.
That is kind of crazy though. You think
And
about
yeah,
that.
that
Out of all
yeah,
51
definitely.
states, superheroes only exist in one. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this episode. Preston really enjoyed this episode,
Yeah, I liked it.
and I think we're definitely in for an awesome ride, and I can't wait till next week. Pretty much. All right, guys, this has been our Titans review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. We appreciate the support. And definitely comment and let us know what you think about the first two episodes. We really want your input. This has
Absolutely.
been the Multiverse Theory Titans episode. I'm Carmine. That is Preston.